Hello guys, welcome to another video. Tonight it's going to be a different night. It's part 3 to the model array, and I wasn't going to do part 3 originally, but I thought to do it anyway because it might make it a little easier. For stuff is going to be permanent on this board. And what I'm going to do with it, this is my permanent layout, my dream layout. It's smaller, but it'll be more easy to look after in the long run, and it will be less complicated than some of the others I have built before on the big layout, which is my temporary layout, which will be sold and stuff like that in time. So yeah. So what we're doing tonight is and also hope you guys keep them well, and I could do a benefit of a good night's sleep tonight. To be honest, I had a bit of a crap night last night. Did not sleep the best at all. But hopefully tonight I'll get a better night's sleep. Really good. So we're going to rebuild this layout. It's going to be a little bit different, but again, I want to build it in a way it's going to be more complicated. We don't need the points really being how they were originally. We're going to change that. Move those out of the way. So what I'm going to do with the board, well, being that we've got sidings, haven't we? We've got long stretch sidings, which we can change them for a different angle, which is fine. It means the points will be a little bit speeded out a little bit, which is not so bad, but means we can have a lot more freedom of moving around the track a little bit, like so. And the points will be changed so that way it'll be more easier for, say, like a certain area of sidings you want to be spacing your layout onto a bigger layout. But this is part 2, so it's not going to be as funky as the previous layouts I had made. But, you know, this is based on the proper dream layout on something smaller. Potentially might extend it in time with some spare money somewhere. I'm not sure how. But I'm basically going to go with my proper layout on a smaller board, because it's easier to look after, and obviously gives it a lot more room to maneuver to other layouts, which would be much more cooler than saying, like, you know, some of the other tracks that I built, which are much more bigger, a lot more complicated, a lot more time and effort and money, which can go on to other things, which to me it makes more sense than, say, like, a train wants to have. And how am I going to build this proper dream out of mine on this board? Well, probably with a little bit of skill and knowledge, I guess. Just put the angle in and put it perfection as you want it. Pretty much all it is basically just put the one you want in and put some corners in, and then you basically got your first siding in for a bigger train, like either HST or Blue Coleman, deciders are basically going to be, the big ones are for the bigger DMUs, like HST, Blue Corman and the 350 and things like that. So basically that's why I'm designing it as to what I can and to not make it too complicated for myself for long term, well, for my lifetime, so the rest of my life basically. So that will be different for me, because obviously my dream out is on a small scale, but it will be going to be a little bit easier for me. And as you might notice, I am doing my outro differently now. I'm going to make it a different point of it, to make it a little bit different. So than my normal outro I have done before. So I'm going to make a different outro on it, and then we can sort of focus on the different outros instead of the old ones. Because I think the old outros had its good points, but I don't think they were as good as the ones I used to do way back before I started YouTube. But I did used to do videos when before I filmed, started making YouTube content, but it's basically just for my own benefits, for my own reasons, for my own dream layout. But yeah, it's a shame that the HT has got more wires, but in time we'll get that sorted and hopefully we'll get that replaced and, well, not replaced, but basically we'll get repaired and should be up and running by summer. But it's just needs some little repair. Repair on the shell is something I maybe say eBay do sell them, but they've got a little bit of scratches on, but I don't know. I think the sizes could do with changing up. I mean, they probably could benefit from a different area. I don't know how to change the sizes to make them a little bit more nicer, but we'll sort something out. It's just a little bit complicated. That's way too big. That one is somewhere in between, so that might work. Just to make the easier choice. So what am I basing my layout off? Hedged line, so everything can go reasonably well. Nothing has to be too overcomplicated, but enough to give the track a nice sort of outcome on building my proper layout on something much smaller scale than, say, like a train that's much smaller than a locomotive with loads of trains. I'll do my outro at the end of the video when the video is finished, but otherwise I won't bother doing it until then, just because it might make it a little easier for some. And I thought to try to do a different outro so doing it all at the end. What's the main reason for it? Well, the main reasons for, well, it's actually for the reason because there's so many people that ask me about, you know, building my layout, or you're basing your proper layout on. Well, they're seeing it right now. They will be running trains tonight, but I'm just basically sourcing my layout out as I'm going along. So the outer line can still be runnable to get the inside line sorted, because obviously I'm going to work on the inside line to start with and then work on the outer one in time, just to make a few adjustments to it. As for this battle of Britain class, I'm going to have to take over to Plymouth, I think, to get repaired, because the entire system is completely just given away. I don't know what happened to the Batman, I don't know what done it. But this thing is just completely busted up. Do I have spare pistons? I don't know. Actually I do, don't I? I think I have a spare rod from the Flying Scotsman. That'd probably be very accurate for the store. Yeah, it's only just getting dark, but you know, it's summer, so we don't really need to worry about anything too early anymore. But yeah, the Battle of Britain will have to come up as well. I'm slightly annoyed that happened yesterday evening. HST was last week, but that was slightly annoying too when that happened. Let's get one of the trains running, shall we? Where's the last stone? There it is. Get some carriages on the go with that. She should be nice and runnable, just fine. Okay. So yes, the 57 is running, and we'll get back to that now, run anything nice and slowly this evening, because obviously we've got a new timeline to sort with. She's running from the Royal Mail train this evening. Yes, I enjoy my hobby, but I buy a lot of my stuff second hand. Which I highly recommend if you're on a budget. Get most of your stuff second hand, but look for the seller they've got a good rating on, because that'll give you an idea of how good they are and reliable they are to the customer who's buying a product from them. So yeah, she's running around while I'm sorting line 2 out, which is fine. I just got to find some little pieces to connect to. It's still a little bit daylight out there, but it's very little, what it was. Oh yeah, well, I thought probably doing that on a smaller scale because it's easier and it will be less complicated than a big tile out, which would be okay for a like the APTE or APT, but I don't really want to go crazy with it. This light either, so I don't want to go too large, but big enough to cover the trains and the fiddle yard and everything else to fiddle with. And I'm going to have to use a lot of points and turnouts to use it to make it work properly. Otherwise it will just go out of place and just get a headache, and yeah, it's not something I need. I don't think anyone else needs really. When you're building a layout like this. You're going to avoid headaches, which is definitely what headaches. They're not fun. But I'll do my outro on the last bit of the video, which is not yet. The yard is going to be a second radius curve coming into the yard, but I think for the most part it will be a very gentle radius for a lot of them.